JLR investigates. JLR investigates. Come on in. I got some Lindsay Shiver updates for everyone. We've been covering Lindsay Shiver on this channel. This is the former American beauty pageant queen from Alabama, Georgia, who was in the Bahamas, and she allegedly co-conspired with two individuals, her lover and a hitman, to take out her husband, who was a former Auburn football player. Family is wealthy in the food business. They have a big estate. Come on in. Let's talk. JLR is back. How's everyone doing? We're going to talk about Lindsay Shiver, Shiver. Come on in, get yourself a hot cup of coffee, get yourself a drink, sit back. We are going to talk about this case because yesterday I shared for the first time to all of you about this case, this bizarre case out of the Bahamas, and I have an update on the case. We thought that she wasn't going to make bond. We thought that she would be sitting in jail in the Bahamas, in a Bahama jail, all the way to her next court date, October 5th. But she just bonded out. And I'm going to share with you a report by the Daily Mail. She bonded out, everyone. For everyone that does not know what's going on, these are the top stories about this particular case. Right here, lots of articles about this case. It's kind of blowing up. Lindsay Shiver, and that is her and her husband. She has a family, divorce issues going on, and it's a strange case, to say the least. Strange case, but she bonded out. Money talks, I guess, in the Bahamas. Come on in. How's everyone doing? So here we go. Here is the latest, newest development on this case right here. Hey, come on in. Lindsay Shiver and lover Terrance Bethel released on bail in the Bahamas after conspiring with a hitman to murder her college football star husband. So according to this report, we just heard yesterday that she was denied bond, but apparently today she was granted bond. And this is a report that just came out just a little bit ago. So you're hearing it probably here first on YouTube. Lindsay Shiver has been ordered to remain in the Bahamas and is required to wear an ankle monitor until her next court appearance, October 5th. She was granted $100,000 bail, while her lover and the hitman were both freed on $20,000 bail. So her bail was significantly higher than the other two. What does that mean? Well, is she more involved than the two people? Or are they just saying that she is the ringleader? Or are they just trying to take advantage of her because she is an American citizen, even though they have a home there in the Bahamas, allegedly, or some sort of property, but knowing, hey, she got a lot of money, let's just milk her for $100,000. So her bond is $100,000. I don't know. I just don't know. And the other two are $20,000 bonds. So what we got? Georgia mom. Lindsay Shiver has been granted $100,000 bond in order to remain in the Bahamas following her arrest for allegedly plotting to kill her husband. The 36-year-old lover, Terrance Bethel, 28, and alleged hitman, Faron Newbold, 29, who are also charged with hatching the scheme, were given $20,000 bail and must adhere to a curfew. Those two are Bahamian citizens, so maybe their bond was less because they thought they were less of a flight risk. That could have been a possibility too. Flight risk situation. Shiver will be required to wear an ankle monitor until she is next due in court October 5th. So, she made bond. Let's see what it says. The former beauty pageant has been accused of conspiring to murder her college football star husband, Robert Shiver, following a bitter custody battle after she was caught having an affair. So she was caught having an affair on her husband, Robert, but she's out on bond. And this is her family. Children's faces are blocked out. Lots of photos with them, as we shared yesterday on Instagram, of this looks like a loving family. It looks like, they were all a very happy family. But behind the scenes, it seems like there's a lot of messy situations and things going on with this particular family. Shiver was granted bail late Tuesday by a Bahamian Supreme Court judge. So it looks like it came out of here. This is probably most likely in Nassau, Bahamas. Shiver was granted bail by a Bahamian Supreme Court judge late Tuesday, just a day after she had an emergency bail application denied by authorities. Her estranged husband has flown back to their home in Thomasville, Georgia. He told the Post that despite her alleged cold-blooded plan, he hasn't had the heart to tell their 3 sons their mom is in prison yet. And we talked about that. Remember, we talked about the kids and what they have to go through with this situation. It's not fair to the kids. We discussed that yesterday. We were like, the ultimate victims in this case are the 3 children. The 3 children, because not only do they have their family splitting apart, but now they have their mom accused of doing something very, very horrible to the father. So I feel bad for the children. I feel bad for her children. And as you just saw, the husband hadn't had the heart to tell the children what is going on. Because the children are probably like, where's mommy? Where's mom? Why isn't mom here? What happened to mom? And the dad has to tell the children. Yeah, and I think you have to tell the children the truth. Well, it depends how young they are. It's kind of like in Santa Claus, how, hey, we can't share, we don't tell Santa Claus isn't real till you hit an appropriate age, right? Robert has returned to their expansive $1 million estate, which was at the center of a bitter breakup between the two that had played out in secret while Shiver continued to paint a picture-perfect family life on social media. Shows you that sometimes social media is fake. When people post pictures on social media how they are totally happy and everything is under control and everything's good, there could be bad things going on behind the scenes. A different light. The tale of 2 cities. The family also owns a home in the Bahamas, which is where Lindsay is accused of beginning an affair with this Bethel guy. So she had an affair going on with this 28-year-old. She's in her 30s, mid-30s, mid to upper 30s. He's 28. Oh, man, required to remain in the Bahamas. That's some hard time. How will she manage the suffering? And A.M. Bashful says that, I'm assuming, sarcastically. We're talking about palm trees. We're talking about white sandy beaches. We're talking about the tropical breeze. We're talking about Jamaican music. We're talking about the life, tropical life. Stand up for your rights. When you go to a tropical island, or even if you go to Florida on the beach, is that really punishment? Where you're ordered to remain in the Bahamas? Come on. What's the temperature in the Bahamas every day? High 80s, low 70s, tropical breeze, beautiful at night, waves crashing. The life. The house arrest life, right? The house arrest life. They just don't want her to flee. Because technically the Bahamas is a different country. The Bahamas, but who would want to flee the Bahamas? Unless you don't like what the laws are there. Again, I don't trust other countries anyway. Shiver was arrested after Bahamian police investigated a break-in at a local bar July 16th, where they came across allegedly incriminating WhatsApp messages detailing the plan. The plan was where she and Bethel hired some hitman, or we're going to hire a hitman to murder the husband, who had filed for divorce after discovering the affair. And here's a picture of her, happy at the beach. See, she's ordered to remain in the Bahamas. She's ordered to remain in the Bahamas. So in the meantime, she can swim in nice, beautiful, clean water and drink pineapple margaritas or whatever that could be. A pineapple, could be just regular juice. Oh, the life. Oh, the life, right? She was ordered to remain in the Bahamas. It's a picture of her and her husband. You know, everything looks normal. This is the estate. This is the custody estate. We talked about this yesterday. This is a $2.5 million estate, 8,000 square foot property in Thomasville, Georgia. They are both fighting for this property. Both want this property. Who will get it? Who bought it? That remains to be seen. But you know, when you're in a marriage, we know divorces get messy. Assets come up, and then they say, I want this, and I want that, and I want the car, and I want the jet, and I want the house, and I want the hot tub, and I want the master bed, and I want all the kitchenettes, and I want the chandeliers, and I want this, and I want that, and that's what they keep arguing over. It's never, well, sometimes it goes smoothly. Sometimes it goes smoothly. Right? Usually terms of bail means no drugs and alcohol. Yeah, there's conditions. Curfew. I think they got a curfew. But there's only one media outlet that's actually reporting that she made bond, and that would be the Daily Mail. I like the Daily Mail. I use a lot of the Daily Mail as sources to a lot of my reports, because the Daily Mail is like the modern day paparazzis. They're there. They get this info. They investigate. They dig deeply. And a lot of times when I cover cases, popular cases, whenever I'm corresponding with some media outlets outside places, the Daily Mail seems like they're always there. They always send a report. Matter of fact, the same photographer with Kohlberger, Alec Murdoch, and Gabby Petito that I've covered was at these same scenes I was. He knew my name. I didn't know his name. But he's a photographer that he's basically a paid Daily Mailer mercenary. And he just gets his cameras and he's loaded and he sits in a lawn chair and he waits. And he waits and he tries to get that photo or that opportunity to see a particular player. He was outside Buster Murdoch's house. Or condo. Buster Murdoch's condo. Or his girlfriend. Brooklyn. Remember Brooklyn? Whatever happened to Buster Murdoch. He didn't even get charged. He didn't even get charged. Ex-college football player Robert Shiver says he still hasn't told his children about his wife's arrest for plotting with her Bahamian lover and hitman to have him killed. So, again, this is another report by the Daily Mail, which I like. He didn't even tell his children. Shiver allegedly plans to tell the children what their mother is accused of in the next day or so, and he has held off out of concern for their well-being. I don't blame him. He's the victim here. No matter what she says in those court document allegations, because he filed for divorce against her first, and then she responds and makes all kinds of wild accusations against him in subsequent filings. So he did speak. That's Robert, former football player, Atlanta Falcons. This is her. I think they will go through with this. Sometimes these type of bizarre cases where things happen between the husband and wife actually bring them together. But in this particular case, I don't know these people at this time. There's really limited information about these people, but we're trying to bring public awareness of these type of things so other females don't try to do what she did with other people. But who knows? It might bring them together. She's a beauty queen. She probably doesn't swim much. Wouldn't want to wet her hair or smear her makeup. Former beauty queen. She was also like peanut champion or something at the peanut festival. So a spokesperson for Shiver declined to comment. And the whole dispute, as this article says, the whole dispute really, it's over money. It's really over that $2.5 million, 8,000 square foot estate that they own. That seems like the real gist of the thing. Like, who gets the property? Denise says greed. Greed. G-R-E-E-D. Greed. The peanut champion. Yeah, she was like the peanut. I don't know. What was she like? I read it yesterday. She was like the peanut. She's from Dothan, Alabama. And I said, Dothan, let me show you in Dothan. Hold on. I'm going to show you something in Dothan. In Dothan, they got this big peanut festival thing. And I think that's where she's originally from. And she was crowned like peanut, or she came in second, I believe. The peanut pageant. You know, Georgia or in Alabama got peanuts. The peanut. I think so. She is going to lose it all. She really had it all. Crime alive, Sabrina said. Yeah, it looks like she did. I mean, she's a, I don't know if we can call her a trophy wife, but I think she had a degree in marketing too, but she had it all, man. She had 3 boys. She had a rich husband. She was posting on social media that everything was fine, posting pictures. And then sometime this year, everything went south. He catches, I guess because they have a home in the Bahamas. She hooks up with this Bethel guy who is in his 20s. He catches her and says, I'm going to file for divorce. No reconciliation. So he didn't even accept and didn't even forgive her for the affair. And then she files motions back. Big custody battle. And then this comes up, the plot. It's called the National Peanut Festival, by the way. It's in Dothan. The National Peanut Festival. There's like this giant peanut thing. And she came in second. She's from this area. Highway 231. I took that on my way to Alabama when I was going to do Carly Russell. Corey Richards. So, Gene P., good point. I forgot her name from Utah yesterday. Great point, Gene P. Reminds me of Corey Richards. But she succeeded. It kind of does, Gene. And I thought that yesterday. I just couldn't think of Corey Richards. But I was like, it totally reminds me of Corey Richards. In a sense of like a double life. Like everything is normal. So Corey Richards wrote stuff about that. That's a bizarre case. But here's the peanut. I was getting the peanut pictures. She was peanut champion. National Peanut Festival. When you go on Highway 231 in Georgia, you see this big giant peanut. It's like a peanut sign. See? Maybe I'll put the selfie. I took a selfie there. Because I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. A big giant peanut. But that's going on her case. She made bond. We're going to keep monitoring her situation. What's going to happen here? In other countries, there's a lot of corruption, a lot of kickbacks, a lot of money being shared back and forth. You could probably buy your way out of a situation. She allegedly posted a $100,000 bond. Does that mean she has to? Does it work in Bahamas where you post 100,000? You got to give them cash 100,000, or do you get that 10% or a percentage, or do you put up some sort of house and collateral? And does she have money on her side? I know that her husband has all the money, but does her side of the family have money? And did her family work with someone to raise money to bond her out? She probably got on that phone when she went to Nassau in that Bahamian jail, and she's calling her family saying, "Get me out of here, please. Please, anything. Just put up the house. Get the loan. Go to M. Scott. Go to a payday loan. Get me out of here. We need money. I'm scared." I looked both of them up. They don't have both of them, the husband and wife, do not have criminal records. They got like speeding infractions, just minor, very minor things. So she probably is the most it's most likely she never been to jail before. And I could probably be assured that the jails in that country are probably worse, unless you're in a city in this country, probably worse than a jail in the United States. I've heard horror stories from people that have been in like a Mexico jail or a jail in Spain. Other country jails, they're just not the same. Her family has money. Excuse me. Allergies. Her family has money. That's what Sonola Tacos. Nice to see you, Sonola Tacos. Yeah, I don't know anything about her family, her side of the family. I bet you they're just in shock too. Maybe even denial. Shock, denial. Nah, it couldn't have happened. Was drugs involved with this? Or drugs, thank you. Kimberly said, bless you. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I just wanted to sign on and give you guys the new information. Keep tabs on this case. I'm going to make a playlist up on this case, Shiver, the Shivers. What's going to happen here? Ultimately, will the case be dropped or settled? Or will the husband forgive her? Or could the husband and his lawyers use this as leverage and say, don't contest. Here's the thing about this. This is what the husband does. Now the husband's in the driver's seat. Now he could technically go to her lawyer and say, don't contest this divorce. Don't contest the divorce. Let my husband have his home. She can have some custody, visitation rights with the children. But my husband wants the home. My client wants the home, and he wants the jet. In return, he promises not to want to cooperate with this, and he doesn't want to press charge. I don't know who can press charges here. I don't know if the Bahamian government kind of deal. But maybe now he has some leverage on her and says, okay, let me have what I have, and I won't pursue this, and I won't tell the Bahamian government to proceed on this. It was a misunderstanding. Could be a good chess piece. I think it is a good chess piece. He has leverage at this point. Ultimately, my prediction is he's out of there. Like, no way. But I feel bad for the kids. Hopefully this girl learns her lesson. Will she get 60 years in the Bahama jail like they say she could face? I don't think so. But you never know. All right, guys. Happy Wednesday, 8/2/2023. Talk to you soon. When new court documents come on any of the cases I'm following, stay tuned on this channel. We'll go live. We'll share. It's afternoon. Go get yourself some lunch, fresh air. We will talk soon. Thanks for watching. Lindsay Shiver. Who is this girl? Who is this girl? We're digging in. We're digging in. You guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.